Hey guys and gals, Never here from Drake Wing Game, and it's something on Twitter, the Gaming Drag. Today I'm coming back at you with a Let's Play episode of Far Beyond the World. Anyway, let's go ahead and jump right back in, shall we? Alarm chain, you were up, and let's get back into this shit show, shall we? The magistrate nods with pride, and I look around with genuine curiosity. What is it that you're having? I ask, and before I manage to finish my sentence, Lady Wrist is already cutting me a slice of a large rounded pastry and placing it on a small plate, passing it to me. Here, have a piece. It's a spinach and goat cheese pie. It's utterly divine. Oh, that does sound good. She faces Portia with a gentle expression. Girl, blackberry or merry wine, which would go best with it? The doe clearly feels put on the spot and fidgets nervously. None, your ladyship. I'd say ouzo would be the most appropriate of pairings. Atta girl. The magistrate laughs, clapping his hands with joy, and the servant smiles. Lady Wrist, on the other hand, smacks her forehead and rolls her eyes. Of course, ouzo. Why didn't I think of it? Fetch him a glass, will you? Yes, ma'am. Within moments, the doe veers around the table and approaches me with a medium glass filled with milky substance. It's quite an herbal smell to it, I comment, inspecting the drink. That's because it's made of herbs, aniseed, angelica, and coriander, among others. The magistrate explains, and I nod to him in gratitude. Well, it's the among others part. I'm curious. I'm quite surprised the drink is chilled. Perhaps a neat ice magic trick? I take a sizable sip and grimace slightly. It has a flavor of medicine or an old people's candy. It's meant to be sipped, child, between the bites of food. It makes both go down better. I bow my head to her in understanding and proceed to do as told. The pie is flaky and the crust crumbles in my mouth, while the moist, creamy filling just makes me feel giddy all over. I don't think I was ever a fan of spinach, mainly because I'm quite surprised that I enjoy it in this combination. A sip of ouzo just enriches all the flavors, and I have to concede, this is an excellent pairing. Please give my compliments to the cook. Everything I've tried so far was a massive triumph. Lady Wrist still revels in her pie, looking to Portia with a gentle smile. Just downplay it a bit, otherwise he'll ask me for another raise. The magistrate chests and we all laugh. But the enjoyment doesn't last long, as Lord Mayor, exasperated by our apparent carefree attitude, finally breaks his vow of silence. He pats his paw against the table and looks at the magistrate challengingly. Pleasantries aside, this is a marvelous waste of time. Are we really going to pretend like we're just having a dinner party? Dear me, not this again. What else would we be having? The magistrate gives a cautionary nod towards the mage, but it eludes the mayor. We are a rare quorum. You can't expect us to squander such an opportunity. We need to discuss things. We are in mixed company. That precise mixture is exactly what necessitates this conversation. Ambister, what are we going to do about those damn marauders scurrying about the countryside? Okay. Come, love. Now's not the time. Lady Wrist tries to calm him down, but he ignores her. I have farmers at my gate from dawn till dusk complaining about missing livestock. Those wolves are clearly living off the land. My son is doing whatever he can, but it's not easy to cover several hundred leagues of territory with just a handful of militia. I've been trying to recruit more men, but with soldiers just returning from the war, there aren't many volunteers. We kept young, able bodies far too long from their homes and families. The armor-clad tiger speaks up, and I can see now the family resemblance. Even their stripes align. And perhaps it's time we consider a call to arms. I mean, this willful incursion must be stopped. I would advise against that. Kane speaks up in a dry tone, and for once Lady Wrist agrees with someone. And so would I. Hysteria is the last thing this country needs. And arming peasants? Really? When was that ever a good idea? She asks mockingly. It's about self-defense and the defense of the realm. Trust me, dearie, they are far safer behind these walls unarmed than out there with swords in their paws. As for the realm, it isn't going anywhere, is it? The elegant male narrows his brows in expression of betrayal. We've discussed this already. You said you understood. Yes, dear, I understand your reasonings, but I never concurred with your idea of arming the peasantry. You do realize that once you arm the unwashed masses, you're not walled off from what's out there. You're walled in with what's in here. I hate to agree. When they are all riled up and excited, it's awful tricky to calm them down. Not to mention they might misplace their frustrations, or worse yet, refuse to disarm. Perish the thought!
Our people are hardly at the brink of a revolt, the magistrate's son states, but the female just shakes her head.
People are hardly anything until they are something. A tipping point oft is hidden in plain sight.
Irrespective of your reasoning, you would need the Khan's assent to such an action, and I don't see that as likely. We have petitioned Tygon several times regarding this issue, each plea falling on deaf ears. Well, no, they didn't. The Royal Mage looks to the mayor defiantly. Your pleas are the main reason why I'm actually here, and to assess the situation. The situation is such that we have hundreds of foreign wolves scampering about our countryside uncontested. No offense to Aerothan's efforts, but the militia is clearly incapable of protecting our land. No offense taken, and I quite agree. This is beyond our manpower and resources.
The armor-clad tiger concedes.
Even private retainers join the hunts, and still the wolves slip our net, and those that are caught prove too much for us to handle. Indeed. Indeed. My own company has surrounded one such band. They would not stand down, so we had no choice but to cut them down.
The Jarl nods, breaking off a piece of bread and munching on it. Mad brutes, they see humans and think easy pickings. I'll imagine the shock when they crashed against my vanguard.
You battled on the way here.
Well, slaughtered, really. When you fought in Aeronor, an undisciplined wolf raid is hardly a challenge. Be it as it may, this is serious. Our roads are no longer safe. Are you quite sure those weren't just local wolves?
I have been to Huron before. I can recognize a dire wolf when I see one,
he states sternly, bopping his glass towards one of the servants to have it refilled with wine. The superiority in their condescending looks is unmistakable, only matching that of the Goldmane lions.
Besides, they're clearly traveling from east coast towards the forest. So, what are they doing here?
Mercenary bands, or they pose as such. Aerothan shrugs. They've been slowly seeping into Tiernan for weeks now.
Do you know how many?
It's not like we've counted, but considering the volume and frequency of sightings, I'd say 2,000 at the very least. My eyes widen as I hear Ranok choke on a drink. He seems quite startled at this estimate.
This is completely unacceptable. Someone in the damned forest is recruiting the very bastards we've just beaten in submission. Surely this must be breaking the truce in some way.
It doesn't. So far, there haven't been any direct hostilities. They're trespassing, yes, but at the same time, Tiernan is landlocked. How else are they to get here? Finally, someone speaks some sense. Who are we to prevent the tribes from recruiting mercenaries? Those who are caught in the crossfire? The wolves can recruit whomever they please, as long as they leave us out of it.
But not our enemies, surely.
Even if you wanted to challenge the good nature of the Horde, 2,000 mercenaries is not the hill upon which the peace treaty would die. Especially not with most of our troops completely withdrawn from Huron. Perhaps. But I'm interested to hear what our Wolven guest has to say about all this. The armor-clad tiger turns to us and Ranok blinks in confusion.
Me?
Yes, you. Lord Graki agrees. Who else would have a better perspective on those developments than the very denizen of Tiernan?
I don't have opinion. Tigers do as tigers must.
There's one of your tribes dragging those damn foreigners in. You must have a suspicion who it is, unless it's your very own father, which makes this party a rather distasteful affair. Second, y'all. Water time. Alright, guys and gals, and we are back. Let's go ahead and jump back into it, shall we? Aerothan, you speak of things you do not understand. The magistrate cuts him off in a soft growl. I told you to stick to the martial affairs and leave the politics to me. If his father stands behind this, then... No, my father not. Ranok finally speaks up. Vortigern, he employ foreign. And what proof of that you have? Lady Brist asks, causing Ranok to shrug. No proof. So it's just hearsay. I wouldn't say that. The magistrate laughs nervously, trying to mediate, but the Lord Mayor is having none of it. You simply trust this wolf that his clan has nothing to do with it. It's not like that. Majestat has letter. Alba Ranok discreetly, causing the wolf to shut up. The magistrate did say he has not shared this information with anyone yet.
Why he keeps it a secret, I don't know. What's our secret spill?
Letter? What?
Letter? What letter?
A personal letter from Ranok's father. It's a plea for trade rights. I blurted out on the fly. It's still just your word.
It might be just their word, but I trust it implicitly. I have my reasons, and I assure you that Vortigern is the one behind this whole ordeal. Ugh! Whatever's their dung to deal with, that name pops up like a bad case of an unsettled stomach.
The mayor grumbles, drawing the magistrate's curious gaze.
You've also had a running-in with that arrogant wolf? I've received at least a dozen letters of kind assurances, while at the same time being served an obscene demand to mind my own business.
I think we've all received those, although mine contained an outrageous loan request. Needless to say, I used it as kindling for my fireplace. Lord Graki scoffs in amusement, and Kane yet again looks around the room alarmed.
I haven't been informed of that.
Oh, look, the royal narc feels left out. Lady Risk clicks her tongue in a feigned chuckle. Welcome to our world, boy. We have no idea what's going on in the capital half the time, and yet we don't complain. How's Vortigern viewed in your parts, Ranok? There's been some troubling rumors of tension. I hope I don't need to remind you how unwelcome an escalation would be.
He attack our border. We fight foreign fang and claw, kill a dozen. Well, if Tiernan is willing to stand up to those brutes, then who are we to stop them? Better yet, let us aid them in ridding us of this menace before it becomes a real problem.
Well, no. Kane raises his hand in another protest.
We can give them all the support short of direct aid. Tigeron pursues policy of non-interference, and my instructions were to ensure exactly that.
But this is absurd. The Sorcerer King cannot expect us to just sit here like ducks on a pond during hunting season.
In the last war, those lunatics burned down the farmlands from Brill all the way to Lone Watch and sacked our city.
And those were the Tiernan wolves. Light only knows what those overseas savages are capable of.
Thorn wolves sack Grove, kill Sylvan folk. They own no honor.
Ranok adds in a serious tone, and the gathered exchange worried looks.
So, where does your father stand in all this? Father, he summons Hal. The tribe decides soon.
Oh, goody. Lady Risk grimaces tauntingly. Nothing like a bunch of squabbling wolves gathered in one place to make a decision. Might as well throw a fox into a chicken coop and see what comes out of it. Headless chickens, surely. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and pause it right there. Thank you all so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, ring that notification bell, and check out our YouTube memberships now. They're up. It always helps. Anyway, I love you all, and I'll see y'all in the next video. Bye-bye!